get ready for this one. All right, y'all, we're back on the desirable truth in the streets of Scottsdale, Arizona to see what modern dating's looking like out here per the people. Let's go ahead and jump into this episode and see what's up. See how ratchet and crazy it gets.
What's your age?
I'm 27.
Are you single?
No.
You have a man?
Yeah.
She definitely got that BBL. 100%. 100% got that. She got done up.
How long now?
Like 3 years.
Has he proposed to you yet?
No, he hasn't.
Why do you think he hasn't proposed?
I think because we're both young, so, like, I don't know. I'm not looking for marriage right now anyways.
27 is young for a woman?
Yeah, it's very young. How old are you?
Same age.
You're 27?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're old or no?
No, but I don't have a biological clock.
Oh. I mean, to each his own.
So at what point would you want to get married then?
Maybe when I'm like 30.
30. 3 years.
Yeah.
But what if your man said, I never want marriage, I just want a long-term commitment? How would you feel?
I think I would leave. It doesn't take years to know if you want to marry someone.
Take an olive. Hear me out. Hear me out, chat. Take an olive. Get a toothpick. Take that olive and turn it so that it's horizontal, right? Long ways, horizontal. And then at the very end of one side of that olive, take the toothpick and just jam it in there. And just hold it up. And then just like put it close to the screen. That is what bad BBLs look like. Bad BBLs look like a goddamn olive on the end of a toothpick. It don't even look symmetrical. Legs just be super thin and it just comes out crazy. I don't understand why women get those bad BBLs. It doesn't look symmetrical. It doesn't look like it's, you know what I'm saying? I never understood that. You know what I'm saying? It got to be studied what drives women to get bad BBLs. It really does. I mean, because just look, she's not even fully sideways and look how it protrudes out. Her legs are not that thick to like make it make sense.
Would leave the relationship.
It's the equivalent, it's the functional equivalent of a guy only doing chest day and never do leg day. It just looks awkward. It don't look right. You can't skip leg day, bro. You got to get in there and get in there and do your squats and all of that. It just don't seem real.
Yes, I would.
Is that Bugs Live looking ass? Yeah.
Honest with me. You think marriage really shows commitment?
No, not at all. No.
Why not?
Because I know a whole bunch of married men in Scottsdale that cheat.
So why put such an emphasis on it anyways?
I guess the fairy tale.
If I wanted to date you, would I have to have a job?
Yes.
Why?
So you could provide for me.
But are you working right now?
Yeah.
So if you have a job, why couldn't you just provide for the both of us?
Because men are supposed to be providers.
Now, who came up with that?
God.
But you don't think times change? It's 2024.
It's 2024, but you could still be old school.
So let's say I wanted to provide for you. How much do you think I'd have to make to do that?
Just meet basic. She answered the question.
More than you.
Yeah.
So how much do you make?
I'm a nurse, so
What does that mean?
enough.
You know what they say about nurses.
What do they say?
I don't know if you guys know this, but nurses have been consistently ranked as like some of the worst people to date, people in that profession, nurses, just like cops, a couple other professions on there, but nurses are definitely always consistently on like the top 10 worst professions to date.
At their hoes?
No.
Is that true?
No.
So where people come up with that?
No idea.
What's your age?
Hear me out, chat. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hey, hey, listen. I will hit that goddamn snow so hard. Hear me out, bro. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Got them legs.
27.
Are you single?
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Because men ain't shit.
So for the men watching this, what do you think they think when they hear that and see that?
They're like, this girl's a bitch. But no, honestly, like, we need men to level up. Come on.
What do you do?
So you don't think your standards are too high?
She got them legs, Chad. Listen, I will always give flowers. I will always recognize, beauty. She got that Coke bottle frame. It's a classic look. It's the classic look. You know what I'm saying? Coca-Cola bottle shape.
No, absolutely not.
So what problems are you running into right now at 27?
I can't speak on it necessarily, but my ex is dating a celebrity, so.
Which one?
I can't speak on it.
Why?
The problems I'm running into are that men are always looking for a babysitter. They want someone to pay their bills and do their laundry and take care of them like their mom.
But you want a man who does that for you.
Period, yes. I'm a princess. I want to be taken care of.
No, she fucking ruined it. She ruined it. You hate to see the ones that got like, okay, all right, you look good. And they open up their mouth and you hear the standard rhetoric, which is crazy. Like, you can't in one side say, oh, these guys want this to be taken care of like their mommy, and then turn around and be like, want to be taken care of like your mommy for yourself.
So you're not a strong, independent woman.
Oh, I'm super strong, bad bitch, independent, but like there's a level to a man that can also step into his masculinity, be strong, and take care of his queen.
But you can't be strong, independent, boss bitch, boss bitch.
Listen, everything she's saying right now, I know 100%. She only dates black guys. 100%. You just by the lingo and all that shit.
And then still need a man to pay for your bills and take you out on dates and be super chivalrous.
Why?
Because it's a paradox.
I'm gonna pay for him too. We can go back and forth. It's 50-50, but like I'm not gonna pay 100%. I'm not gonna take care of you 100%. You take care of me, I take care of you.
If we were dating,
I mean, that's a little bit more like sensible, right? You look out for each other, taking care of each other, looking out and all that stuff. A little more sensible there, but yeah, she's strong. Need to know herself. Yeah.
would you still want to
Independent, huh? That why your ass single now, Goofy?
go to the clubs and have girls' nights?
TikTok, wake up, man. Where's everybody at?
Yeah, you can come with me.
But then that wouldn't really be a girls' night at that point.
Well, my friends would also respect that I'm bringing my boyfriend. I'm also going out, so it's just the common sense that I'm taking my boyfriend with me to go out.
So for you, you wouldn't feel comfortable going out with your girls without having your man with you if you were in a relationship.
All right, James.
Yeah, I would feel comfortable.
You would?
Yeah, taking my man with me to go out. Yeah.
But I'm saying you wouldn't want to go out without your man to the clubs if you were in a relationship.
I mean, I wouldn't really be going out.
How come?
Good answer. By the way, one thing I noticed, this might be like the second video I've seen from the Zabro Truth channel where he's in Arizona. I ain't gonna lie, they've been consistently showing some pretty women, regardless of whatever they think their mentality. Just on the physical side, AZ got like, is that a thing? Anybody in chat from AZ can confirm this? They got some real pretty women out here. Yeah, I just all think Arizona Southwest, like there ain't nothing going on out there. It's okay, you know what I'm saying? It's different.
I don't know. It's like, I don't know. Like right now,
So, Juju?
with my girls,
Road trip,
birthday,
right?
We just came out to just kind of like chill, but like it's not very like it's not necessary for me to be going out when I'm in a relationship. You know?
Great
So
answer.
why do you think so many girls push for, I still want to go to the clubs, I'm still going to be in other guys' sections, I have to have freedom, etc.?
I can't really speak on them. I can speak on myself. It's just, I don't know. It's just common sense. Like you're not gonna be, because every time you go out, it's like you're obviously gonna try to. It's like male validation is everywhere. So it's gonna be everywhere. There's always gonna be temptation, but it's just how you react to things at the same time. But I mean, at the same time, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where, I don't know. It's.
So when women go,
that is wifey talk, y'all. When we talk about like wifey talk, everything that she's saying here is indicative of a woman that has the mental perspective ready to be a wife. 100%. And she cute. You know what I'm saying? And then this is the point where I'll then not start knocking guys, because you know, for a guy to meet this kind of a woman, she's pretty and she got her head on right, and she's not the Lulu and all that stuff, and she's gonna contribute as well in her effort and her energy and her time just as much as you would, and then y'all fumble that's on y'all boys. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't fumble the good ones. You know, you really can't fumble the good ones, bro. So if you find yourself a woman that's like very similar to like I said, like this, she's cute, she got her head on right, she's talking sensible, man, you gotta hold that one down, bro. And now more than ever, because I think it's very clear we all know what's out here. So when you find one, you gotta hang up the jerseys, bro. Hang up the jerseys. Put them in the rafters. Retire that motherfucker. Hoist it up there. You know what I'm saying? And look, you can go back every now and again to the gym to look at your jersey in the sky and relive those past glory moments of you knocking back a triple header one night, and that one time where you had these two shorties and you had the two, you know, all your little mannish accolades. You can enjoy them from the rafters, but when you find the good one, you just gotta hang it up. I promise you. Because you don't want to be back into the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it used to be, and I say back in the day, for me, before all this modern dating became a thing, like prior to 2020 is when it really kind of blew up, all of that. But like before all of that, bro, it was never like this. It was never this transactional. You know what I'm saying? At least not overtly open. Maybe it was like just kind of a known thing, but it wasn't to the point where it is now, where everyone's just so open about how transactional. You got to do this in order for me to give you time. You got to do this in order for me to give you some box. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy. Hollow, what's up, man? You know what I mean, chat? I have to ask, though, how many of these women are messing with him with ridiculous answers? I doubt it, Jameson. Listen. Most of these people that are on his show are already drunk, and you already know when you're drunk, you tell the truth. You're actually telling the truth when you're drunk.
So when women,
yeah, you got to hold on and protect her. Facts, Joe.
Go out to the clubs, they're craving that attention.
They're not really craving it, but it's there.
Would you date a man who didn't have a car?
¿Qué?
¿Saldrías con alguien que no tiene carro? Yes.
Why not?
Well, why would you?
¿Ah?
Why would you? ¿Por qué?
¿Por qué? Pues tengo mi auto. I have my car. I move it to my car. I don't know.
So you're okay with picking your man up and taking him everywhere?
Tú dile, debe tener iniciativa también él en verme a mí.
He should have initiative to want to see us. So if we can drive, he should have the initiative.
No solamente yo.
Yeah, and we all start from somewhere. So maybe he doesn't have a car at the moment, but
Pero no me molestaría pasar por él
Yeah.
de vez en cuando.
it wouldn't bother us to pick him up.
But how long would you be willing to wait before you say, yo?
You know, I want you to notice something, y'all, right? Here's a very interesting thing. Their answers are very much already what I read off of this is that this is a cultural thing. Obviously, one, the Latinas. Two, they're probably very traditional Latinas, right? Like they're still very connected to their family roots, which when you're very traditional, you're going to have some of these sentiment. Like they're not worried about a guy not having a car. It's about if he makes an initiative. And then thirdly, look at how they're dressed. It makes sense. You could tell a lot. You could tell a lot by the way people present themselves in their attire out here. You know what I'm saying? Look how they're still showing their shape, but it's covered. It's a little bit more conservative, not being over the top. And when you factor in their answers to the questions he's asking, it all makes sense. They're very much still based in their family life. You know what I'm saying? It's more specifically probably that Latino family lifestyle, you know?
I can't do this anymore.
Dice que si esperarías hasta que ya de plano no aguantes que no tenga carro.
Pues debe de tener iniciativa para poder buscar su propio auto también.
Yeah, that he should have initiative to want to get his own car. But if he's
no lo
not
tiene, no
trying,
hay.
yeah, if he doesn't have that willingness to get a car, then
But how long would you be willing to wait if it just wasn't working out, you know?
¿como cuánto? Yo creo que dice como del tiempo.
I don't know.
We can't give an exact time on that.
How much would you say you make annually?
Annually? No, I'm shit, dude. I do sports betting. So it's a hit and miss, you know.
Oh God.
Do you feel like where you stand right now is enough money to satisfy most women in modern day?
No, but I'll tell you this. I'm not trying to satisfy any woman. I'm trying to satisfy myself. As long as I'm satisfied, why the fuck do I care that anybody else is going to be satisfied?
So it's better to be single for you.
For me, yes, but
I think, bro, he don't have too much of a choice. If money's, you know, for us, for men, we need to have some level of disposable income to date. You know, you gotta be able to have money to go on a date and you know, do the things that kind of come with courting a woman or being with a woman. You just can't not have any bread, bro.
a lot of men, a lot of women, girls, guys don't want to be lonely. I am willing to be lonely to learn a lot about myself. Because when you're lonely, you learn a lot about yourself. I live with one of my roommates. She's a girl. She does not want to be by herself. Every time she's single, the first thing she fucking does is hop into some sort of fucking relationship that's toxic. But me as a man, I am willing to fucking accept the fact I'm single. I will take whatever demons come with it, period.
So why do you think most women aren't comfortable with being alone?
That's a deep question. I think because, no offense to women, I don't think they're men. As men, we gotta face our fucking fears. And women out here, if I was a hot girl, I don't have to be nobody. I don't have to work on myself. I don't gotta do shit. I show up to the club pretty as fuck. I bang any fucking high status dude there is out there. Now,
He's not lying. I mean, he's definitely not lying about that part. We all know that. He let them heels on. Vans only got.
as a man, I gotta show up and what? As a man, what do we do?
Gotta have
Tell
bread.
me.
I know exactly what I do. I'm sure you know. We gotta be a real fucking man. We gotta put in the fucking work. You gotta stand out. How hard is it to stand out with a man like you and a man like me? It's very fucking hard. I'm not wrong there. So you gotta stand. Even when you stand out, you're still not enough.
So a man has to bust his ass to become something, and a woman can just show up.
And even then, you're still not enough. So you gotta accept the fact. At some point, you just gotta be happy for yourself.
Are you single?
No.
How long you had a man?
About 5 to 6 months.
5 to 6 months.
Yeah.
So why settle down now?
I've known him since I was 16.
So you
Damn.
friend-zoned him for the past.
He friends-zoned me, actually. Yeah. We went from like friends to enemies, friends to benefits, and now we're dating.
So how the hell did that happen?
We weren't ready to date in high school, and then I hit him up after I ended my relationship because I thought about him a lot, and then we started hooking up, and now we're dating.
So the power was in your hands.
What?
So the power was in your hands.
A little bit, yeah.
So you don't feel like you used him as a rebound?
No, I thought about him since I was 16, so I think my ex was the rebound. It was like,
But you were never with him.
I kind of was.
What do you mean?
I was off and on with him, and then he ghosted me. So then I moved on to my rebound, and then I ended up with him.
So looking back on it now, would you change anything?
Absolutely not.
So what do you think is gonna stop you from breaking up with him again?
Nothing. I mean, we were 16 and it was rough, but honestly, he's my best friend. He's truly my best friend, and we have so much fun. So yeah.
When you go out to the clubs, how do you approach a guy that you like?
I don't. I'm not interested.
You're not here to get attention from men or to meet people?
No, I'm here for my friends. It's my friend's 21st, so I could care less, honestly. I'm here for myself. I'm working on myself.
But if you're single and you come out in an environment like this, why wouldn't you be open to like meeting somebody?
They said she didn't even know who she was with now. She's making this up as she goes. The other chick, yeah.
I'm working on myself. I need my own time.
So a man who you'd want to get into a relationship with, what qualities would he have to bring?
100% communication, whether that's
if you're going out to the bars, just let me know who you're going with. A little bit of reassurance, anything. Just that little bit of reassurance.
How would you want a man to approach you out here?
Respectfully, like, don't ask my Snapchat, don't ask for my Instagram. Hey, can I text you? Sure.
Look at these guys walking through with the Jesus Saves Lives while everybody's committing sin.
Here's my number. But if I say I'm not ready for anything, don't force it.
Well, what's the difference between Snap, Insta, and the number if they're all forms of communication?
Because I feel like Snapchat is just another form for friends. It's not something serious. People who go to the clubs, it's not like, yeah, you might find your partner, but I'm here for fun with my girlfriends. Like, I'm not here to find something serious. Like,
If I wanted to take you on a first date, what's the most I should spend on it?
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I like to eat, so I would say.
So if I said 20 bucks, let's go do ice cream, you'd be fine with that?
Yeah.
Now, what if I said, let's go to a fancy dinner, and I drop $500-600 on you?
I mean, I would appreciate one or the other.
But what do you prefer? Something more casual or something fancy?
Depending on my mood. Like, if I feel like I want to like just be casual, then I'll suggest someplace casual. If I feel like I want to be fancy, I'm gonna suggest someplace fancy.
So you wouldn't want the man to plan the first date without you. You want to do it together.
Yeah, somebody, yeah.
So we go on this date, and the bill comes, and I say, let's split it. How do you feel?
I'm gonna look at you crazy.
Why?
Because I believe in traditional man ways. I don't like the whole splitting bill things, like, because I know I can take myself out.
You know, I believe in the traditional man ways. This is probably like the biggest gag on all of this, y'all, which is there's the rhetoric about we're not going to accept the patriarchy anymore. Look what it's all done. All that's right. But when it comes to dating, they're all for keeping the patriarchy ways. Man does everything. We don't do anything. It's just so selective on when the shit's applied. And that's the gag in all of this. You know what I'm saying? That's 100% the gag in all of this. They want communication in the form of beautiful lies. Yeah. Sometimes it be like that, bro. Sometimes it be like that. Let me just do this real quick. All right, let's continue.
If that was the case, I would have went by myself.
So you want the man to be the provider and the protector?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
As a man, you want a woman to build like a home, right? Like, you know, you want to come and feel safe and be comfortable. So it's like you're supposed to be the provider.
I hope he asks
If
her
I'm
what she's gonna do.
Provide and protect. I should have some level of control, right?
Exactly, yeah.
If we were together
Oh, this girl again.
and we had
They said I spent too much money on those ass implants.
problems in our relationship, would you voice those issues to your friends, or would you keep it strictly between you and I?
Oh no, my friends know everything.
So you tell them all the dirt, all the tea.
Yeah, my friends and my sister know everything.
But what if I said, hey, listen, boundary-wise, let's just keep it between us? Do you think you'd be able to live up to that?
Yeah, I think there's certain things that should stay between the relationship, because if you tell too much, then your friends are like, fuck that, dude. You know, you gotta pick and choose, like, what's important to tell them that I need support, but what's important to, like, protect the integrity of your relationship.
Okay. So if we're facing problems, you'll tell them I'm feeling a little sad about some stuff that happened, but you won't go into detail about it.
Yeah, if it's, like, personal to you in your life, then I won't share that with my friends. If it's very personal to you, then I respect that boundary. But if it's like, this man pissed me off and this is why, I'm gonna tell my friends.
But do you think that long-term painting that negative picture of your partner to them is going to help or hurt your relationship?
I think it hurts it overall, because 9 times out of 10, you're gonna share the negative stuff and not the positive stuff.
What's the most important thing a man should do on a first date?
The most important, be a gentleman. I mean, I feel like nowadays the thing that sucks about this generation is that men want women to be paying on the first date. They want women to be bringing flowers to them and everything. I don't know. It's
So you're not for splitting the bill on the first date?
on the first date, no. If it's the second date and everything and we like each other, I'm okay with that. But the first date, I think a man should always cover the bill.
Why is it?
I'm not mad at that either. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. If you ask a woman out, my fundamental belief, boys, is you take care of the bill, or you know what I'm saying? Whether, you know, short of her just being straight out disrespectful, then you just be like, you know what, pay for your shit, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Go make a TikTok about that, you know? But other than that, even if you don't click, you just still pay for the date, man, and just keep it moving.
Important for that man to invest that much up front?
I mean, a woman's already investing in herself, how she looks on that date and everything, her nails, her
Depending on
hair,
circumstances.
her fit, everything. She's investing already on that. So, I mean, all the guy has to do is, it doesn't necessarily need to be an expensive date.
See, this is the part that kind of bothers me. I mean, she's pretty much spot on. She's like been the best out of all the women that have been on this episode so far. But what I will say is the argument about we do so much where we pay for our makeup and all that stuff. The thing about this, y'all, is two things. One, they do it anyway. They're buying makeup for themselves regardless. You know what I'm saying? So these are just inherent costs that built in as part of the game. You got to chalk it up to the game. It's literally the cost of doing business, because you act like men don't got to go and get a haircut, get their beard lined up, buy cologne, put cologne on, probably go buy a fit to go out for that date if they don't have something already. People are on both sides are making the investments and stuff. It's not like it's a one-sided thing. You know what I mean?
Like, I don't think Nobu or things like that, I don't know, it's kind of, as long as you have that company.
Drizzle.
And you're talking to the guy face to face and everything, and you guys are getting along, I think that's all you need.
And what's the worst experience you've had on a first date?
The guy, 50-50, I did not like that.
How did he bring it up?
No, he was like, oh, so you're gonna pay for your part? I was like, yeah, well, I mean.
This was at the end of the date.
Yeah, at the end of the date.
Did you end up going on a second date with him, or?
Absolutely not. And like I said, I come from a dad that always gave everything to my mom, so it's like, why am I gonna lower my standards, you know? So my dad always paid for everything. So when I go on dates with guys, it's like, I don't know, I'm not trying to lower my standards. I'm really not. So if I have to pay for the date, I'm never seeing you again.
Well, I will say though, she pretty much, I mean, listen, I don't think there's much to say about it other than she was probably the most spot on of all of the women on here, period. You know what I'm saying? The most sense. And as I said earlier, you know, when you find a woman that actually got some goddamn sense about this, y'all, you got a bagger. We're not in a time and place back in the day where you could play the field and you can play the game and have fun doing it. It was cool. Now, bro, you really struggling out here to find quality people, and they're far and few between. And by that I mean mentally, like in terms of what they view, what they find important, what they deem as like acceptable, and what they want and all that stuff. You know, you got to really find somebody that aligns with your kind of views and all that stuff in terms of like specifically dating and all that stuff. So when you find one, man, like I said earlier, you got to hang that jersey on the rafters, bro. Cuff them, slow your ass down, and put in time to make that relationship work. Because there's nothing worse than finding someone and you're like, oh shit, this is great. And then you lose them, and then you got to go back into the streets, bro. That's ugly out there. I got some homies that going through it, bro. Through it. They're sick to their stomach because they lost their girl. And now they're back out here and they're dealing with these ones. They're sick, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to help you not make them same mistakes.